Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 73 of Direwolf20's Let's Play of Minecraft 1.21. I want to show you something today, and then we're going to get into today's episode. But I needed a little iron between episodes, and I quickly did some mental math, and I'm like, it's actually kind of hilarious. So I went over here between episodes and was spinning up a little bit more iron. And real quick, I'm just going to turn off Drops Teleporter. So pressing this button... And by the way, I had a paradox pop up that I had to close, right? But pressing this button generates 25 iron ore. And thanks to my Fortune 8 Paxel, that turns into, that's a lot, 128, 139, right? Iron ore. And that 139 will turn into 695 iron ingots. So we get like 700 iron ingots every time I press this button. That's kind of cool. I'm just saying. That's kind of cool. I really should set up like multiple paradox machines with like multiple like automated crystal like I did with the Wither, where it like drops a time crystal every few seconds just to be safe. But like set it up connected to the AE system such that like when the paradox machine, like when the A system is low on iron, it activates this one. And like when it's low on diamond, it would activate another one. And when it's like low on some other resource that I want to keep in stock, like probably ancient debris would be an important one, it would activate another. So we'd have like multiple paradox machines, one for each setup, and then we would just generate a bunch whenever it's low in the system, and that would be fully automated. I feel like that would be cool. So today's episode, I want to get into extreme reactors, the reinforced stuff. I want to make a really big reinforced reactor. Because two things. One, reinforced reactors are slightly less efficient than normal reactors, which is what I want because my goal today is not to generate power, but to generate resources from extreme reactors. So, if we look at extreme reactors, we'll see there's a bunch of resources that we can produce courtesy of running fuel. It's in here somewhere. Cyanite, fluid to coolant, that's water, fluid to plutonium, cyanite reactant. There we go. Reactants, reactions. So like these are the resources that are produced by running nuclear reactors. So if you put yellorium into a reactor, you're going to get cyanite. And cyanite can be turned into plutonium. If you put plutonium into a reactor, you're going to get magnetite, which is something we need. And then if you put verderium in there, you get rosinite. I don't know. We'll figure it out, right? Verderium is yellorium plus plutonium. So, cool. And that'll get... Okay, cool. And that will get you rosinite, which I assume... It has the same color of nanite? So maybe? Yeah, rosinite with... okay, it reprocesses into a nanite. Okay, so that's... Okay, that's cool. Guess we'll figure it out. I don't know. I'm still figuring out all these, like, complex resources. But for fun, I want to check it out. Like, there's a whole bunch of stuff in this mod I want to see how it plays out. And I'm really interested to see how the energy cells play out. And that's where I need the magnetite from, right? So we need to get magnetite from the reactor. So we need to, like, process a lot of cyanite in order to proceed in this mod. So what I want to do is build, like, a giant, ridiculous reactor that's very inefficient with the sole purpose of converting uranium into cyanite. I will generate some power, probably a whole bunch, and I'm probably going to avoid most of it, because I don't care about the power. I want the resources. Deal? Deal. Okay, so, with that said, let's get to work. So, step one, I need a lot of steel, okay? Because for reinforced, right, I wanted to make, I forget how much I want, but, like, a lot. It's going to be like 200 reactor reinforced casings. Because I decided, just because it's me, I'm going to do a 9x9 reactor. Does that sound on-brand? I felt like it was cool. So a 9x9 reactor. So I'm going to need a lot of iron, and I'm going to need a lot of graphite, and I'm mostly going to need a lot of steel. So I need more charcoal kept in stock, right? So why do I need iron? Oh, okay, yeah, you need a block of iron in the center. Wow, I need a lot of iron, don't I? Yes, yes, I very much do. It's a good thing I get, 700 every time I press a button. So that said, I should get steel ingots cooking. So I'm going to automate steel ingots today via mechanism. And that'll be like one of our first doohickeys. So to get steel ingots automated, we've already made a few manually, but we know that this is a process of getting steel dust, and the steel dust is metallurgically infused from enriched iron, which is metallurgically infused from iron ingots. And we can put coal or, some kind of thing in here to get that enriched carbon. So what I should probably be doing today is teaching this dude how to make the enriched resources we need from mechanism and kind of get like the mechanism automation chain working pretty well. So that is this setup I need to improve, right? So we had like the basics a couple episodes ago just to get things rolling, but we never did automate filling in, like carbon and diamonds and redstone and all that stuff. In fact, why is redstone over here? That's not the order that I usually put things in. It should be coal, redstone, diamond. So I'm just gonna like swap that real quick. Yeah, redstone should be here, and then diamonds go here, and then obsidian. Why is carbon over here? Did I do this like left? Yeah, that's what I did. I did it left to right, didn't I? Yeah, and this would be the other one. Okay, so I'm just gonna swap these because this is like the opposite of the way I normally do it, and it completely threw me off. But yes, carbon, then redstone, then diamond. I only do that like because it makes sense in my brain, because in my brain it's like this is the most common thing to get, this is the second most common, this is the third, and then this is the hardest, right? So like the rarest of items. So doing it in that order makes sense to me. Your mileage may vary. So let's automate things today. So over here, what I want to do, let's get upstairs real quick and teach this thing how to make stuff. So first off, I want you to make charcoal into enriched carbon, because that we already have automated, right? So I'm going to stick with that. And then we also want to do redstone, and we want to do enriched diamond. And since we're here, we might as well teach it enriched obsidian, but we'll probably not need that just yet. But it still should be cool. And then in addition, I want to teach you how to make steel. So steel will be smelted from steel dust, okay, which will be created from metallurgic infuser. But I'm going to tell it, forget about this carbon dude, okay? Forget the carbon dude. We're just going to say put enriched iron in, get steel dust out. So I'm going to tell it to ignore that bit, right? And the enriched iron will come from iron ingots, but again, ignore the carbon dude, okay? Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to fully make it so that like the carbon's always there, so we don't have to insert carbon in order for it to work. We'll just say like, hey, you're cool, do your thing. Like just craft it and forget about the carbon needs. That's the way I like to do things. Like if you wanted, another approach you could take is you could calculate how much enriched iron you get per enriched carbon, and then say like insert 1 enriched carbon, and I don't know, I think it might be like 8 or 16 iron ingots, and I'll get 8 or 16, and then it'll be like, always inserting what it needs to insert. I'm thinking, is that like a better way to do it, maybe? Could be cool. Could be cool. Meh, I'll just do it the way I normally do it. Well, I don't know. We'll see. Alright, so anyway. So I want to put you in my netherite furnace, because that's the smelty dude. And then if I go back... Okay. There you go. Back here, these guys all go into this one, and then you're going to go into the carbon dude, right? That should be cool. So maybe part of me wants to just figure out exactly how much I can do, right? So what if I dump this, and we got an enriched carbon? Just because it's a different approach, and it saves me channels in AE, so like, I kind of like the idea. So an enriched carbon will be 80 carbon, right? And we use, I want to say 10 for each of these, and then we use 10 for each of these, right? So I could say it is 8, right? So what I could do would be something like, let's change these recipes, right? We're going to do 8, and 1 enriched carbon, right? And then we're going to do 8. There's no reason not to do 8 at a time. Like, it's not like I'm doing 64 at a time. And sometimes I even do 64 at a time because it winds up being easier, right? So let's just try this out. Like, I've never done it this way, and it sounds like a fun alternative. Now I should also get a tier installer to upgrade you. Okay. Make sure auto sort is on. We have no speed upgrades at the moment, and I should probably get a few. Yeah. So mechanism upgrades. And I think while we're at it, we should probably look at you. So you have no patterns either. Well, remember I swapped some of these. So these guys move over to here now. But I'm going to do something different with them. What I'm going to do is the same thing I did before, right? So if we look at this dude, we're going to say, like, you need 20 millibuckets of redstone. Okay. And my assumption is that I get 80 from enriched, right? Okay. So if I put, so it goes from 1820 to 1900, right? So we use 20, so that's going to be 4, right? So 4, 4, and 1. Is that cool? And then this guy, the infused alloy, uses 10, so that's going to be 8, 8, and 1. This is a different way than I've ever done it before, and I'm kind of curious to see how it plays out. Is that cool? I think it's cool. Alright, so you guys sit in there. What's your side config looking like? So back is going to be input-output. Hopefully that also works for inserting the redstone-y bits, but we'll find out. So what I'm going to do now is request steel, right? So if I wanted like 10 of you, you're going to make that. So are you unable to insert? I had a feeling you might have that problem. So this might be a thing. Input, output, ME pattern provider, energy, extra? None? Chemicals, energy. I was trying to go a different approach, and it's not gonna work, I think. Because the problem is you need to insert this thing and these things in different dudes. Right? Yeah, I'm assuming your problem here is like it can't insert the items into the back here. Like it's trying to put them, and it's not gonna let them both go in at the same time. So that's a little bit of a bummer. I'm just thinking through if there's another solution to this, but I don't think there is. So I think what we're going to have to do is do it the way I normally do it. Oh well, life goes on. Okay, so you're not going to insert that dude. And I'll still do 8 at a time, because why not? It'll make life a little bit easier in the future. And maybe I'll just make all of them 8 at a time to be consistent. Cool. Now, each one of these produces 8 at a time. And then you can have... You're the coal one, right? So you're going to be these two, and you're going to be these two. Alright, so then what I need to do is keep the enriched carbon in the correct spot. So to do that, there's 2 approaches I could take. What I'm going to do is sneak back here real quick. How am I for channels? I'm at 6 at the moment. Let's do phasing. It is hard to phase sometimes because you get lost easy. It's easy to get lost in the phasing world. I should look to see if, like, while phasing through a block, there's a way to to make it so you can see a little bit easier. Alright, phasing off. So you were a 6, huh? Is this the one that goes down there? Yes. So I've got 2 more channels available before I run into a channels problem. So what I should do is... What I think I'm going to do is... I'm going to see if laser IO is going to be able to keep these guys powered appropriately. So to do that, I'm going to set up like so. I'm going to remove all these cables. Okay. And then I'm going to have an interface here. Okay, and let's cancel this craft, by the way. And the interface, keep in stock with a crafting card. Because we're going to need to craft these things on demand. Enriched dudes. So here at crafting to like make it, I'll just make it 10. Okay. So now it's making everything it needs to make to keep that up and running. Cool. And then we'll use laser IO. We're going to need a bunch of nodes. And probably a bunch of energy cards. And probably a bunch of item cards. And probably a bunch of counting filters. I hear a warden. Okay. So then the laser nodes will be like so. Okay, so your guys are going to all, on the up face, insert energy. Okay? Up, insert energy. 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 Cool. And we're going to want to extract energy. So what I think I'm going to make is an power ender cell blazing. If these are on the same channel, they should keep their power synchronized with the ender cell that I have up here. Right? So, like, they're the same channel. So even though they're different tiers, like one's blazing and one's nitro, like, that's okay, I believe. And then I should be able to extract energy from here. And now, Laser IO no longer needs upgrade cards for energy. I decided to change the way Laser IO's energy works. It's literally just, it can transfer a million RF a tick, and that's it. Like, you can lower it if you want, but, like, no need to upgrade it, no need to tier. Like, energy transfer is energy transfer. It's, like, next to impossible to properly balance energy transfer, because every mod has different production and costs. So I figured the generators and the machines accepting power is where the balance should be, not in how much pipes can transfer. So, you know. Bing, bing. Bang, boom. Bada bing, bada boom. Cool? So now everybody's getting power again, which is cool. And then on the up face, we can do a keep in stock with a counting filter, right? Now, this one is not one that we want to keep in stock, so I shouldn't be doing it here. I should be doing it here, which is going to be my carbon machine, right? So on the up face, we will keep in stock enriched carbon times 4, okay? And here on the up face, we will keep in stock enriched redstone times 4, okay? And here on the up face, we will keep in stock enriched diamond times 4. And then all I have to do on the south face here is that. And now what should be happening is you guys are getting your stuffs. See? He's inserting it, and then it's not having one anymore. And he's inserting it, and it's not having it anymore. Is that cool? The only thing I might change is on the up here, I will change you to a transfer amount of 8, only because that's, you know, not a problem. And then I might as well, while I'm at it, do this one, only because, like, why not do this as we speak? So you're going to keep in stock 4, and transfer 8 at a time, right? Even though, like, we haven't actually gotten that thing ready to go yet. So now he's keeping 4 enriched diamond in there, he's keeping 4 enriched redstone in there, he's keeping 4 enriched carbon in there. And now I can request steel times 200. Is that cool? Nice. Okay. And we could probably also do mechanism upgrades. So I should do like 32 of each of these. And I'll come back when this is all done crafting, and that'll be a good time. All right, so let's get all the upgrades in, right? So I want to make sure that they're all 8x'd, right? So looks like you can get up to 32, which I think generally is just like not even worth doing, frankly. So I'm just going to do that and that. We're going to put 8 of each in, right? And then you should also get 8 and 8. While I'm at it, I might as well do the others, right? 8 and 8. 8 and 8. Nice. Cool? Alright, good deal. So now I should be ready to go, and I want to make my 200 big reactor reinforced casings. So we'll start with 200. We're going to need more charcoal, though. So let me go over here and modify this. I'm going to make it 128 charcoal blocks is what we keep in stock. And that should be cool. And then I'm going to see if I can speed some of this up. Like, it's not slow by any stretch right now, but I just want to kind of, like, knock this out. So I'll come back once I've got... I'm just going to craft everything I need to craft, and if I run into anything I need to do to get crafting going, I will let you know. But just assume that, like, when I come back, I'll have all this stuff crafted. Hopefully. Cool. So, back in a sec. Alright, so I think I've got everything I need. So let's pop into this new dimension that we created. Boop. And I'm going to build it right here. So basically I want to do a 9x9. So I should be able to build this using gadgets. So we'll find out how correct I am about that as soon as I figure out where my building gadget is. There it is. So I'm going to want a 9x9 floor, right? And then I'm going to want a vertical column that's going to be 9 blocks tall. I don't know if that's too tall, so we'll figure that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? I believe that to be true. And I might just wind up doing a build to me for a second. Is that cool? Is that good? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that one too low? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's one too low. You. Does that look about right? That looks about right to me. Okay. And then we can fill in the top, which will eventually be replaced with other things, but we'll deal with that in a minute, right? And then you will be a 7x7 vertical wall. That'll go here, 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 and here. And I'm going to go out on a limb and assume that these are not tile entities. Are they tile entities? They might be tile entities, so never mind. Okay. And then we can have our controller here. And then am I correct to assume that that's enough to form it, or do you actually need something? Not enough control rods. Yep, okay. I wasn't sure if I needed the control rods or not, but we'll deal with that. Not a problem. I do want to throw these dudes in. So you, and you're going to be conset with that. And then we're going to want reactor control rod and then 7 of these, right? And I have a neat idea. I might wind up, well, I don't know. Let's see. I might just building gadget it. Should be fine, right? So you're making a bunch of steel for me, because all the reinforced stuff requires like a ton of steel. So yeah, that'll be a thing. There we go. Control rods are done, and that's looking cool. Nice. So I'm gonna throw 1 in there, and like make sure it's formed, and then we'll kind of, expand. So for you, we'll go back to a build to me mode. Whoops. That was supposed to be a build to me mode. And then you. Okay. And now you're formed. Nice. Cool. Cool. Now remember, I want this thing to almost entirely just be about making fuel. So I'm going to not do like any kind of, I'm just going to throw as many fuel rods as I can in there, right? So basically, I'm going to want a 7x7 of reactor control rods. So that's going to be 49 minus the 1 that I already have there. Okay. And then I'm going to need 48 times 7 fuel rods, right? And that'll be 336 of these, which is going to be a lot of things that I don't currently have. I'm missing a lot. Not gonna lie, missing a good number. Can I throw 100 at it? Still need a lot more iron, actually. How are we for iron? Did we process all the iron that I already got? So this is very iron hungry. Luckily, I have a button I can press that produces 700 iron for me. I'm just saying. Wondering if like now's the right time to consider automating this more than I have already. Because what I need to do is have you do that. We do burn through, in fairness, a lot of time fluid to make this happen. Cool. Getting there. We're going to have another paradox here in a minute. Hooray! And by the way, oh, we're out of fluid again. That's okay. How do we do on iron here? Not bad. You're processing a bunch of enriched iron. What I should also do is probably get some more tier upgrades. So I'm going to get the next couple levels of tier upgrade here. We actually don't have them programmed, so I should program them. So tier upgrades from mechanism. We can go this route, and we can go this route for now, and that should be cool. Do I know how to make these things? I feel like I don't. So let's make sure that we know how to make these. And then let's make sure that we know how to make these, which is not that. And then let's make sure that we know how to make these. Okay? So then down here you can be 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you're this guy, so you're going to go in there, and then I should be able to request 4 of these, and 4 of these without too much trouble. Right? And then while I'm at it, I should probably install you here and get your split on. Cool? Ironically, these 4 were done first. That's okay. See? Now we have more stuffs there. We'll get 1 more of you. 1 more of you. See how much better? It's so much better. It's working. It's working the way we would want it to. Alright. So that'll be a good start. Reactor reinforced. Can I get like 100 of you yet? I kinda can. It's all the sand being stupid. There we go. So that'll get me like a starter control rod. So I think what I'm gonna do is this. Let's wrap up the episode here. I will come back next episode, and I'm going to spend time between these 2 episodes getting this ready to roll. Okay? So I'm basically going to be, like, waiting for charcoal and probably needing to get more iron in order to get all of these things filled in with reactor control rods. When we come back next episode, we'll set up an automation that'll keep this thing stocked with Yellorium and extracting the other thing. And then from there, we will be able to make some cool stuff with extreme reactors. Sound like a plan? So for now, Del20 sign off. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Take it easy.